94, so obviously I weren't there. I came into this world in 95. The Sky Blues won 3-0 at Highbury thanks to a hat-trick from Mick Quinn, way before my time. Hopefully that is not the case. Where transfers are concerned, though, people, let's get into this. Arsenal need to sell before signing Barcola. Now, I think that's BS. Arsenal want to sell, it should be. I know that's not quite the headline. Arsenal want to sell. We know we're in a very good financial place, but naturally, we've got a lot of players that are on wages that need to be moved on. We probably want to sell. Whether we're going to be afforded to that, I don't know. We're not the only ones in for Morgan Rogers, regardless of if he said he only wants Arsenal. We're not the only ones interested. A pretty girl's going to have a lot of admirers, right? The same goes for Barcola, especially not only is a good player and the winger market isn't the best, but he's got a year left on his deal. At some point, PSG are going to have to ask themselves a question, people. However, though, according to a report from Sky, Arsenal will need to sell players before the summer transfer window. Sorry, I'm reading two things. According to a report from Sky, Arsenal will need to sell players during the summer transfer window if they are to pull off a move to sign Bradley Barcola from PSG. The Premier League champions want to recruit a wide forward during the transfer window, and the French international attacker has emerged as a priority target. The North London club are in the market for a wide forward and a midfielder during the window. Sky understands. However, they are expected to need to make sales before they confirm these transfers with concerns over the squad size. The Independent understands that the Gunners are in the process of preparing a bid to test PSG's resolve over the 23-year-old. PSG are understood to be willing to sell the former Lyon forward who has struggled to nail down a starting place in recent weeks, people. Boy, allegedly, Arsenal and Tottenham interested in signing Mason Greenwood. Arsenal and Tottenham are among the suitors interested in signing Mason Greenwood, 24, from Marseille during the summer transfer window. According to a report from L'Equipe, the French outfit are forced to sell players to comply with FFP. So that's probably where the rumors have come from first and foremost. We've seen this. Clubs need to sell players. Let's link their stars with everybody in it. So that's the first clue that this is probably BS. The former England international is believed to have the highest market value. The North London clubs are both in the market for attackers during the summer, and with Greenwood potentially available, they could make a move for the former Manchester United forward. Roma are also interested in the attacker, who's reportedly valued at 80 million euros by Marseille. He's always linked with Turkish clubs as well. Manchester United have a 40% sell-on clause in his deal. Now, again, and I'm just going to say this once, Mason Greenwood, very good footballer. Should be in the England squad. Very good footballer. You know, if it was just football, and stay with me, people, if it was just on football, right wing, up front, technical level, British, it makes sense. For me, I'm not on it, though. And it's got nothing to do with football. I know some of you are going to, I'm not even going to get into it, but some of you are going to say, oh, his girlfriend said it was cool and all of these things. If that never happened and you was just a footballer, great. For all the other stuff, dead. Mason Greenwood cannot step anywhere near this football club. And again, I don't know Mason Greenwood, but you would imagine any Premier League team that wants to sign him, especially if you've got women teams and things like that, there's going to be mad backlash. Football doesn't care. We see man do mad things all the time and they start playing football again. Football, whether it's fans that want to do the racist thing or players, this industry protects people. Unfortunately, like it's a bit of a dinosaur period, if I'm completely honest. It makes no sense. The backlash will be there. If you're asking me in my heart of my hearts, one day I think he returns to the Premier League. I can't tell you when, how, or where, but I do think someone will take him. And the backlash is going to be crazy. Now, I'm not saying this because I agree. One of the toughest things I had to understand in life is nobody cares. So if a Premier League team does sign him, there'll be screams, there'll be shouts, there'll be backlash, there'll be petitions, there'll be, fans will be doing the most. But they will, at some point, I'm not saying we have to accept it, but we'd have to accept it. For me, it's a no. I'm not down for it. I'm not getting involved in all that kind of chat. I'm not judging people, but if you want Mason Greenwood, I'm definitely looking at you very funny. But yeah, no to him. And it's purely because of the off-field stuff. And, again, we'll know about the Thomas Partey thing. Allow it now, innit? Allow it now. There was something by Romano, people, where he said Tottenham are not working on a deal to sign Mason Greenwood despite reports. Obviously, he worked with De Zerbi, so that was probably that as well, people. Ben Jacobs, when I asked PSG sources, it's not for sale on Bradley Barcola. So that's already conflicting from what we just read. If things develop and PSG find an attacker, whether left or right, then their perspective could change. I'm told the player is open to leaving because he wants to play regularly. So what does that tell you? He's got 1 year left on his deal. We're probably trying to convince him to stay, but he's got 1 year left on his deal. At some point, we're going to have to bite the bullet and move him on. But that also says PSG don't really want to let you go and not willing to let you go without bringing in a replacement. I mean, Mbappe went for free. And I mean, PSG, I'm sure you got your money's worth. He's helped you win back-to-back Champions League titles. It is what it is. Arsenal is a situation that's worth keeping an eye on. And for some reason, I think he goes Liverpool, where ironically, Diamande was linked with PSG. Seems like he could be going Liverpool despite bids being rejected, or the first bid. Now, the first bid is very rarely accepted in the market, as you look. No, I sense with Arsenal that Morgan Rogers is the player they're likely to prioritise for now. But if Barcola becomes available on the market, he's on Arsenal's list. Now, we got to remember, it's the 19th of June. Things can develop quite quickly, literally. Like, we woke up one day, Cucurella's at Real Madrid, Cucurella's at Real Madrid, Anthony Gordon's gone Barcelona. It's a bit of a waiting game on the best of days in the market. We don't know, we're not privy to all the information, not to mention there's a World Cup, not to mention if you're Barcola, do you want to really get distracted? Because Arsenal are on you, PSG are telling you to stay, Liverpool are on you, probably all the top six, whether they're in Europe or not, are sniffing around. So, yeah, you get where I'm going in it. But I would just listen, Barcola and Rodgers, I'm on that. Again, we could lose Kyran Thompson, people. We spent 1.1 million on him from West Ham. Talks continue over getting him to sign a scholarship term. I like him, but I could understand if Monga comes in, who's 16, you look at the wide men, whether we rate them or not at first team level, the pathway might be blocked. And it won't surprise me if there's people hella interest in him. When we got him, it weren't just Arsenal fighting for him at West Ham. It was a bunch of clubs. So I hope he stays, but it is what it is. Kind of been fast-tracked. Despite being 16, played up a couple of years. I'm sure he's played in the youth league. We actually need to replace Mertesacker. Despite that, you can see several things going on at Arsenal targeting youth, whether that's people that can help in the first team, people that are more 21s, people that are more 18s. We've brought a couple of players that obviously can't play for Arsenal in any capacity until they turn 18. So there's a lot to consider. But Romano said talks continue between Arsenal and England under 17 winger Kyran Thompson over a new deal. No agreement yet, but talks remain ongoing ahead of the expiration of his current deal on the 30th of June. Arsenal are keen to secure the future of one of England's most highly rated young talents. Several clubs are monitoring the situation as they await the player's decision. Now, naturally, I think you've got to be selfish. I want you to stay at Arsenal, but at the end of the day, we're the Premier League champions. We're fighting. There's immediate pressure. There's people your age group and above that are ahead of you. If you can go to one of them German clubs or a Premier League team or wherever with less resources and there's more of a pathway, you owe it to yourself to go do that. It reminds me of, Musiala left Chelsea. Look at him. Rio left Chelsea, and now look, he's at Liverpool. Yunus Musa, even now, granted, he hasn't probably kicked on as much as I thought he was going to kick on. But end of the day, he left us, went Valencia. There was a pathway there. Man's an international footballer now. You can't guarantee that's going to be at Arsenal. We want them all to stay, but you have to look at it objectively, innit? Arsenal are keen. Oh, sorry, we've read it already. So, yeah, that's my thoughts. Eddie Nketiah is a bit of a donor, innit? You could have been there for Ghana, but you wanted to be a donor. Big up Ghana. Big up the whole of Africa, innit? Because they done their thing. Now, admittedly, I don't know the credibility on this, but this is what, even though I don't do, and I need to go back to making youth videos. I'm the Black Diamond Eyes. As early as yesterday, the day before, did I not say, somebody asked me a question, I said, bring Nathan the Cat. Now, I don't know if this is gospel, but he could be an 8 one day. I'd more play him in a 6. There's a lot this 17-year-old has to improve, but I think you'll hear his name, like him, Kes Smith. There's a couple man that we could grab if it's not the names we're linked with at the moment. But apparently, Arsenal are reportedly in the race to sign Anderlecht wonder kid Nathan the Cat this summer. I reckon you go buying. The 17-year-old midfielder is also attracted interest from several top European clubs, with Anderlecht expected to demand around 35 million for his signature. Again, not sure on the credibility of Ikram Konor, but apparently Bayern Leverkusen are reportedly monitoring a potential move for Kai Havertz. Arsenal are said to value the German at 60 million euros, while Mikel Arteta remains keen to keep him. Havertz's reported salary is also viewed as a major obstacle to any potential deal. I think we've got to keep Kai. But when are we going to have a better chance to grab 60-odd million? You put that on the table, I cannot even cap to you lot, people. Like, there's a decision to make, and I'll probably let him go. Now, you heard we bidded for Monga yesterday. It's been rejected. We are going to get him. Arsenal have had their first bid for Jeremy Monga rejected by Leicester City. The likelihood is that the two clubs will reach an agreement on a fee, with Arsenal being the player's first choice. The plan is for Jeremy Monga, 16, to do a full pre-season with Arsenal this summer, and then for the club and Mikel Arteta to make a decision whether he may yet need a loan move. Chelsea want to sign an attacker who is tried and tested. There's no secret they really like Morgan Rogers. Nico Williams has said, I'd sign off staying at Athletic Club until the end of my career. Yeah, right, man. No, I don't care what you got to say. He took everyone around their houses. According to Sky Sports, Jose Mourinho has given the green light to let reported Arsenal target Nico Paz leave Real Madrid this summer. It's a bit confusing. Is he on loan at Como, or was he bought by Como and Real Madrid have a buyback? I'm confused as to what is going on there, but negotiations between Real Madrid and Como over Nico Paz are on pause. Real Madrid told Como, if you want him, buy him. Como do not want to do that. Now, Hand of Arsenal did say Arsenal are monitoring the midfielder situation at Real Madrid, in which technically he's a midfielder among all the names that are at Madrid. And we've probably been linked with all of them, whether we're going to sign them or not. Probably a return for Ceballos, I know. Camavinga, Tchouameni. Every now and again, we get linked with clickbait, in it, like a move for Valverde or something of that ilk. Arsenal in prime position to beat Chelsea to 80 million euros forward. Arsenal have been handed a major boost in their bid to sign Ndiaye after he confirmed his desire to play in the Champions League amid significant transfer interest and speculation. I can't lie, he's been linked with Man United. Apparently, Arsenal and Chelsea are among the clubs understood to be interested in acquiring Ndiaye this summer. If we get Morgan Rogers, I don't think we get Ndiaye in it. We'll probably go for someone that's more of a traditional inside forward winger, whatever have you. Although he has hinted that a move to the Emirates Stadium would be far more appealing than linking up with Xabi Alonso in West London. He hasn't actually said that. He said he wants to play Champions League. Journalists are doing what they do. Everyone's going to be watching the World Cup. It's definitely a big opportunity for me. You don't know where football will take you. As I've always said, I want to be the best player. And to do that, you have to play at the top. I want to be playing at the top level. I want to be playing Champions League football. Obviously, Chelsea are not playing in Europe in any capacity. We're said to be keeping tabs on Ndiaye's situation amid our desire to sign a new left winger. Both Manchester City and Manchester United are also interested in finalising a deal for the 26-year-old. Arsenal want to sign Rodgers as they look to bolster the attacking options available to Arteta, but a deal for Ndiaye could be pursued if Aston Villa refused to sell the England star after his participation at the World Cup. It's easy to link us with everybody, in it, whether it's truthful or not, people. We did see rumours of 50 million euros plus Gyökeres to sign Julian Alvarez. Apparently, Arsenal have not held a single conversation with any club regarding a swap deal involving Victor Gyökeres and either Morgan Rogers or Julian Alvarez, despite the news increasingly circling. Arsenal Football Transfers understands that suggestions that Arsenal are willing to entertain offers involving Gyökeres in exchange for Rodgers or Alvarez are completely unfound. Where was he linked with a potential Aston Villa move? Obviously, with Morgan Rogers in mind. I don't know about that, but I think we go for a striker next summer or in time to come. I think that's something we won't do now. Carreras has been linked with a move away from Real Madrid. Apparently, he's a target for Arsenal, Chelsea, and Man United. You do have to kind of consider any defender links because there must be an element of truth in there. Arsenal have been dealt a blow in any pursuit of Kenan Yildiz. We've heard this before, people, but yeah, that's a myth. And is there anything else where Arsenal's concerned that's come out as we've been speaking?